We've got a special guest today. Ice Cube is in the house. Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me, man.
Tell me about this new basketball league that you developed.
Oh, man, it's great. The Big Three, professional 3-on-3 basketball. We wanted to take former NBA players and set the stage for them to play 3-on-3 basketball, to take 3-on-3 basketball out the parking lot and bring it into the arena. And we've had, excellent turnouts. A lot of excitement around the league.
How'd you come up with the idea?
Man, just as a fan. As a fan, I was tired of seeing guys retire. And it started back in the day with, first it was Dr. J, then Kareem, then Michael Jordan, Magic, and Kobe, Shaq now. So it's like, these guys still can play. Kobe scored 60 points in his last game. So I feel like these guys still can play. Not only can they still play, but I would pay to see them play. So that's how the idea started to kind of formulate.
How surprised are you by how much it's taken off so far?
Pleasantly surprised, but I felt like it was a lot of people in the world like me who wanted to see this, wanted to see 3-on-3 basketball, especially in the summer. We don't have a lot of basketball in the summer. Summer league is over now. We're the only game in town when it comes to basketball, besides the WNBA. So here we go, Big Three.
As a fan, who were you most interested in seeing come and be a part of the league?
Oh, man, some of the guys that's in our league, I was excited to see Kenyon Martin and Mike Bibby, Chauncey Billups. But, of course, we want, in the future, hopefully we can, grab some big fish. Hopefully Kobe is watching us, and or when guys are ready to retire, like Vince Carter. Hopefully they look at us as a viable option. They still want to play pro basketball, and they don't want to fly overseas, and they don't want to do all that, but they want to play right here in America. Here we are, the Big Three. One
thing that I find unique is you've got some of these big names like Iceman and Dr. J involved.
Yeah.
How did that come to be?
Well, we wanted to make sure that our league established credibility, and when you get endorsed by some of the Hall of Famers that are our coaches, the Gary Paytons, Iceman, Dr. J, Rick Barry, these are great names, Clyde Drexler. And so, we wanted to make sure that, we had credible basketball, and when you get an endorsement from guys like that, people just really bought into the credibility of what we were trying to do.
Another interesting thing, already you've tweaked some of the rules. A lot of the leagues, they'd wait years to tweak rules.
Yeah.
So tell me how that happened.
Well, we were playing to 60, and we felt like the games were too long. They were too long for television. They were too long for the players. They were too long for the audience. So we cut it down to 50, which we think is our sweet spot. We think, at 50 we can get, all 4 games on television. I think the fans like, us getting to the money faster, and the players, they dig it. At 50 points, those guys go as hard as any basketball you've ever seen.
Take us through what you're expecting for the weekend coming up here in Chicago.
A lot of fun, like we've been having, 4 weekends in a row.
Yeah.
We had fun in Brooklyn, Charlotte, Tulsa. Philly was off the chain, and we expect nothing less from Chicago. We're playing at the UIC, 4 games for the price of 1 ticket. It's a great afternoon, Sunday afternoon. What better to do in Chicago than come see some great basketball? So we feel like we're gonna have a party this Sunday.
You've done a lot of interesting things in your career, from movies to music. So where does this venture rank?
Oh, this is one of the biggest things I've ever done in my life. And we expect this league to go on and on and on. So this, probably will be, one of the biggest things I've ever done in my career.
How big do you think it can get?
If we're not here 100 years, I'm gonna be upset. That's how big I think we can get.
One more question I got to ask you. A report just came out today in Forbes that hip hop is the most popular music now, passing rock and roll. What's your reaction to that?
Well, you know, when you break music up like that into these different genres, you know, at the end of the day, what you forget is that people love music. People love different forms and different styles. Hip hop, you know, we now have grandfathers in hip hop, so we've been around long enough, and you know, we'll have it for a minute, and then another form of music could come in.
But you have to feel like you're a part of that reason why it's grown so much.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, we definitely put a lot of hip hop on the map.